Joined now by Hassan Barari, Professor of International Affairs at Qatar University. Thanks very much for being with us here.
Thanks for having me.
I just want to get your reaction, first of all, to Antony Blinken's statement there. 90% of this deal has already been agreed. What do you make of the last 10%? That it's obviously very difficult. We heard a little bit there about the Philadelphi Corridor as one of the main issues. How difficult is it going to be to get the last 10% done?
Well, Tom, it's, as they say, same old, same old. I mean, I've been listening to Blinken for like a couple of months talking about bridging the gap and a few differences here and there that he could iron out. But, you know, we ended up with Netanyahu's firm position in two press conferences when he made it perfectly clear that Israel would never withdraw from this corridor. And he even called it the gateway to Iran. I mean, he is trying to give it a meaning or a security kind of pretext in order to justify a presence of the Israeli military there. Netanyahu, I think, has a broader game, a bigger game, even a deeper one than what Blinken is thinking of. So I think it's not about now the detail, the 90% that he's talking about. It's about the fact that the Palestinians are being under occupation and Israel should withdraw. Now, here, the bottom line for the Palestinians is the Philadelphi Corridor. And Netanyahu is just telling them, don't even dream of that. And this is, you know, this is where it counts.
Do you think it's fair to say that for Netanyahu to accept any deal, that would essentially mean the collapse of his coalition government, and therefore that could be the end of his political career? You
know, this is the conventional wisdom in Israel and all, you know, all around the world that, you know, if Netanyahu agrees to a deal, then right-wing like Smotrich, Blinken would walk out of his government and then it's going to fall apart. And we had the precedence of that when Netanyahu signed the White River Memorandum in 1998 and then he lost his power. So this is one thing, but there's something else, you know. He has an option. He has some alternative. He can even fire them and bring Yair Lapid. And Yair Lapid was telling him clearly that he would agree for a ceasefire and give the government what they call the safety network. And this is very important for him. But also there's something more important, I think, while Netanyahu has an option, an alternative, the right-wing members don't have one, because if they leave, they're going to lose. And polls are showing that they're not even going to make it in the next election. So I think Netanyahu can play it smartly, but Netanyahu is manipulating the situation to prolong the war, to perpetuate it, and perpetuate the misery of the Palestinians, hoping that he would get off the hook when it comes to the judicial aspect of his political survival.
A lot has been made about the pressure that Netanyahu is under, both domestically and internationally, but at this point in time, it doesn't really seem like it's anywhere near enough to actually force his hand and cut a ceasefire deal, does it? Why do you think that is?
Well, there's one thing here that, you know, for a ceasefire to materialize, I think we need to see more American pressure. And just recently, I hear some leakage from American officials saying that, you know, if Netanyahu won't accept their version of a deal, they will come up with a unilateral one with Hamas, because there are some four Americans captive in Gaza, and they want to exchange them, have like a swap with some Palestinian prisoners in the United States. So Biden is committed to his own people as well. But here we see that Netanyahu is even jeopardizing American life for his own political game. I think this implicit threat by the American administration, if it followed up by action, I think this would probably change the calculus of Netanyahu.
OK, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you so much for your insight into all of this. Fascinating, as always. Hassan Barari there.
Thank you.